Hello, guys. You all thought that you were done with me. I'm still here. Don't you worry. I'm going to make some videos for you guys so that you can still learn even though I'm gone. Miss Moser will be starting with you week after next. So while the sub is in the room for this week, I'm going to post videos. Hopefully you all will be able to see them on YouTube. I've never done this before since I won't have my Google Classroom. I can't post there, but I have on the board where you can go. I hope this works to find these videos, and I will have them posted each day so that you can't look ahead. But I'm going to do like I've done before with the guided notes, and I will work on those with you. And then also you'll have some to or a part of these to do on your own. Another thing I wanted to talk about is I put in a bunch of grades. I'm not even going to tell you what time it is, and I know I look gorgeous right now, but I've been putting in a lot of grades and kind of going through and seeing what I have, and I've been at school going through just to make sure I didn't miss anything. But if you do have anything missing, like a study guide, those are 50 points. Please make sure that you do turn that into the sub, and that won't go into Infinite Campus just yet because I won't have access to Infinite Campus anymore. But I will make sure that gets in the, my trusty record book of all of your grades that I do write down, so that just in case, technology doesn't work, I do have this. But I will make sure that gets put into that, and then Miss Moser can put it into Infinite Campus. Sorry, it's late. I made some coffee. Don't worry, I will still be able to get those grades, but just turn those in. The quizzes, if you didn't do the quizzes, those have expired, and that is something that I won't have access to for sure after tomorrow night, I guess. So if you didn't do that, then that is a 0. So I can't go back and put that grade in. And then I think that's it as far as assignments. But if you do have a paper copy of something that you want to turn in, please just get that to the sub and get that turned in. Yeah, I guess that's it. So let's go ahead and start doing this. This isn't Cami, so I'm going to try to do my best with writing on this. And, okay, let's see. Do I go back? Sorry, since this is my first one. How do I get away? Nope, that's not it. Let me get out of that. Oh, come on. All right, I want red. Oh, and of course my battery's getting ready to die. Can I? Oh. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties here. Well, I will try to do my best. You've got your notes in front of you, so I'll go through this with you. These first questions, this is the word bank, and I want you all to do your best to try and come up with your answers to these. I know you've probably never heard of a lot of these, but if you need to look up, some of these, the words in here. But I want you to try to do it on your own. Just try to see maybe what you all know what linear is. You all know what nonlinear is. So like a straight line versus a non-straight line. Positive, like positive slope, that's going up. Negative association, that means something's going down. Think of clustering. Clustering, people will cluster together. An outlier if someone's, outside by themselves. And then a scatter plot. That's kind of what all of this is about, this new unit, like scatter plots and lines and association and all that good stuff. I feel like my music is getting a little loud. Hang on. Alexa, volume down. Music's getting a little loud. So just try to think of those and work through these, with a partner if you want to. And she completely turned off. So do that first, and then, okay, I don't want to use my pointer right now. So go through those, try to work on those on your own. If you need to pause this, you can, or if you want to come back to it. But I'm going to do some examples with scatter plots right now. So these two examples, you need to look at kind of what might be going on with that plot. So this first one, we've got two types of data. We've got the price of a birthday gift and then the age of the child. So somebody might be doing a survey and they might say, okay, does the price of a birthday go up with how old someone is, or does it go down, or does it stay the same? So this shows that comparison between those two types of data. And when you have two types of data, it's called like bivariate data. So bi means two. So that's what kind of this is about right here. So let's look at this. Let's look. Is it a positive association or a negative association? Hopefully you all know that when you look at a graph from left to right, this is going up. So it's increasing. So this would be a positive association. I'm going to do a little X right there. Would not be negative. Does this kind of look like it's going in a straight line? It's not really going up and down like curving or anything like that. So I think that would be a linear association. Let's see, any outliers. Do we see any outliers? And I do. I see an outlier right here, an outlier right here, and maybe an outlier right there. So I definitely want to mark outliers. And then clustering. I don't really see, and clustering would be maybe like if there were a bunch all right down here, and then none of these others were around. That would be a clustering. So with clustering, it would be pretty obvious if you had clustering, and I don't see anything super duper obvious here. So I'm not going to circle clustering. This next one, energy level and time since drinking coffee. It is currently 12:15 in the morning, and I've been drinking coffee, I feel like, all day. Well, no, I took a break for a while. But let's look at the comparison between energy levels of people and then at the time that has passed since drinking a cup of coffee. So I'm thinking in my head, before I even plot some of this data, if I were to look at it, that energy levels might start going down the more time that passes since I've drank my coffee. That's kind of how it works. You all know me. So looking at this, it looks like that's probably a negative association because that energy level, it starts up high. You just had your first cup of coffee, and then an hour passes and it starts to go down. 2 hours passes since you've had that cup of coffee, and this is definitely a negative association. Linear versus nonlinear. It's linear, like right here. We got kind of a straight line, but then it kind of curves a little bit. So I hesitate to say linear versus nonlinear, which one that would be. Whoops. I'm going to go ahead and go with nonlinear association right there. Outliers, looks like there's an outlier right here and then another outlier right there. So there's definitely some outliers. And then clustering. It looks like kind of right here. That's a good little sizable cluster that we've got right there. So there's definitely a little bit of a clustering there. So hopefully, after looking at these and hearing all of the good stuff that goes along with all those, you all might be able to go back and do those words on your own. All right. Let me go down. Okay. So what I want you all to do now is to do these practice problems on your own. and I want you all to do what I just did and check what you see there, if it's positive, negative, linear, nonlinear. And then also, if you do see any clusters or outliers, go ahead and put a box around the outliers and then a circle around the clustering as well. All right, after you've done that, I want you all to don't be a menace to the sub, but I want you all to start talking to each other. Ask each other questions. And this example is where you're going to make your own scatter plot. And first thing that you have to do is collect the data. Whoops, I guess I need to get my pen out. Do red again. So collect the data. That is first. So I want you to ask each other, do you have any siblings? So, I would, let me just think of an example. I could ask Miss Burchett, hey, Miss Burchett, do you have any brothers and sisters? And she might say, I know that she definitely has some. I don't remember how many, but if she says 2, then how many chores do they have to do? So if she says she has 2 siblings and they have to do, I don't know, like you say how many chores like you have to do at home. So if you have 2 siblings and then maybe they have to do, or you have to do 5 chores, you would write 2 and then 5. I hope that makes sense. And then just go down and ask your classmates. I want you all to, depending on what period you are, first period I think has maybe 24 students, maybe a little bit more, 25, I don't know. And then second period is about the same. And then fourth period, you all have there's about 27 of you all, I think, in there. So depending on how many people you all have in the class will will show how much you will fill out with this. Next, I want you all to plot this data on your graph. So number of siblings, I might, just so that it's a little easier to look at, I might put 1 right there, skip 1, and then 2. Whoops, it's a terrible 2. Skip 1 and then do 3, skip 1 and do 4, skip 1 and do 5. And then if you need to go on. And then same thing, maybe start your 1 right there, skip 1 and then do 2, skip 1 and then do 3, going on up. That way it's a little bit easier to read, because I don't know, most people are going to have between like 1 and 3 siblings maybe. So instead of having everything clustered down. All right, so then answer any questions. So is it linear? Is it nonlinear? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it the more siblings that you have, the more chores that you have to do at home? Something like that. I think that's it for that. And then after that, you are done for the day with this. So again, just please do this quiet. I mean, obviously you're going to have to talk, but don't be like running around and yelling across the room with this. And that's it for today's lesson. My device is getting ready to power down. I need to plug this in, I guess. I need to find somewhere to plug it in. But I'm going to make another video for you, and then another one, and another one. And don't worry, you all are done with me. All right, that is it. You all have a great day. I miss you guys. And how do I stop this?